Hey guys, in this video I will share my play of the day from my NHL betting model. As a bonus, I will also give you my play of the day from NBA betting model and also my NFL betting model. So far this season in NHL, small loss, but last season I made with my betting model more than 32 units of profit. NFL long-term profitable results, win rate more than 56%. This season also profitable results, and NBA this season ROI more than 19%, 24. 15 more than 7 units of profit, and I will share three picks from today, but the focus will be on NHL. And I will also talk about sports betting. I will also talk about some other things, but let's start with NHL. Okay, my play of the day in NHL is from the game between Edmonton Oilers and Washington Capitals. I have Stuart Skinner against Logan Thompson. Based on my projections, you can see projected goals, projected totals, winning percentages, and my projected odds are minus 180 on Washington. Bookmakers have them at 1.88. If we calculate this is in American odds, minus 114, right? Minus 114 money line on Washington. This is my play of the day. Why? Because I projected minus 180. Based on my adjusted Kelly criterion, this is more than 2 units. Play of the day last season, for example, those were the best plays. They made the most profit, and this is how my betting model finished with more than 30 units of profit. So Washington Capitals, this is the play of the day. Okay, so let's move to NBA. Yesterday I didn't have any qualified bet because my projections and bookmakers lines were basically the same, but so far very good results. And we have lots of games, and I will share three model projections with you. The rest are in our Discord group, or if you join our masterclass. But let's start with the first game, Washington against Minnesota. Based on my projections, minus 17 on Minnesota, bookmakers minus 16. As you see, this is only 1 point difference, maybe small into the over. To the under, because my projected is 231.5, bookmakers 237.5, but I'm not focusing that on over under totals. It should be a little bit improved. This is something where I didn't pay much that attention, but so far this season we can check the record on totals. 3-1. So I found 4 qualified bets on totals, and 3-1 so far. And I found one such game today, as you see here, Chicago Bulls against Portland. But quickly, Knicks against Dallas Mavericks. Based on my projections, minus 4.5 on Knicks. They are minus 5.5, maybe small value to Dallas, but this is only 1 point difference, and my projected total is basically the same. But in the game between Chicago and Portland, this is where I found the discrepancy. And based on my projections, under 244 at 1.93, or if you use American odds, minus 107, this is my qualified bet. So we have in NHL, we have Washington money line. In NBA, under 244 under 244 at minus 107 or 1.93. This is NBA pick of the day, and 3-1 so far this season on totals, and as I said, a good record in NBA. Okay, and I will also give you one free pick from my NFL betting model. This is, I like to say, the best simple betting model in the world, because this is, I'm running this for a couple of seasons right now, and win rate more than 56%, and this season 57.89%. Last week another winning bet, although last week I didn't beat the closing line, but most of the time my lines are correct. So 22-16 record, plus 4.47 units of profit. If I hit 5-6 units, that would be great. So the rest of projections are in our Discord group. The links will be below for membership, and I will share 2 projections with you. The first one, Cleveland Browns against Las Vegas Raiders. Based on my projections, it should be low scoring game, projected less than 30 points, and bookmakers have 37. Of course, no betting model is perfect. I use I use my own concepts, which are based on statistics, and then I look for the discrepancies. That's how I do it. And in NFL, for example, and under 37 is my qualified bet. I'm looking for 7 point differences. Okay, if we check the spreads for this game, Cleveland, Las Vegas, I have minus 2.5 on Las Vegas, bookmakers minus 3.5, maybe plus 3.5 on Cleveland Browns. It would be ideal if Las Vegas Riders win by 3 points with field goal, and then it would be covered this as well. But under 37 is play of the day. This week, this is the only qualified bet I found, and also in this game. And I will share one more projections. Atlanta against New Orleans Saints. I projected 41.73 points, bookmakers 39, so small lean to over. And I have Atlanta Falcons as a small favorite, not small underdog. So if I need to pick something, I would go Atlanta +2. Okay, so those are all my qualified bets. So we have Washington money line in NHL. We have under in NBA in Portland against Chicago, and we have under 37 Cleveland against Las Vegas Riders. Okay, and I want to address two questions or two important things. First thing is long-term results. Okay, someone commented that my NHL picks sucked, uh, uh, which could be correct. However, most people underestimate the long-term results. Okay, so every time when you look at someone, I don't even know why would you look at someone. Okay, people who look others what they are doing, they are not winning anything. But let's say if you want to uh, if you want to look at your own results, you always need to look long-term results. Okay, in the past, and I had to educate my community that short-term results means nothing. Okay, take a coin right now and flip it a couple of times. Let's say flip it 20 times, and you will not have 10 and 10 probably. Maybe it will go, I don't know, if you flip it 20 times, maybe you will go 17 uh, 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 7 let's say, I don't know, 13 and 7 or something like that, and then you will say I'm a winning flip coiner. No, you're not skilled flip coiner. It is just luck. Okay, but if you do this for 20 years and you have, I don't know, 56% on heads, then you can say I'm skilled at flipping a coin. Okay, always long-term results. Okay, it is like, for example, you have big franchises in NBA. For example, Lakers is one such franchise, right? A good franchise, winning franchise, long-term successful franchise, and then they have one season bet, and then you will say this Lakers, this is uh, worst team in the NBA. No, not they are not. They're still the best franchise. Okay, or in NFL, or for example, in soccer, we have Real Madrid. They're the best team, most I don't know, trophies, and then one season they will end fourth, fifth, I don't know, and then someone will say, okay, they suck. No, they not suck. And then Malaga is, for example, Malaga wins the title, and they will say Malaga is the best in the world. No, this is not how the things work. Always look for the long term results, not because of me. I don't care. Okay, I don't need to bet. I don't need anything. I don't. So what I do, I simply share what I know about sports betting, and my mission is to help others to do the same. And I try to give my way of thinking, my way of betting to other people. There are different ways how to bet on sports, and I have my own way how I look at the world, how I look at the sports betting, and I simply share this. Okay, some other will tell you something else, but I share what I know. Okay, about sports betting and about everything that I share with my community. Okay, and long-term results are always important. Never uh, make big conclusions about single bets or single months or even single seasons. Okay, successful people, successful bettors, they don't even comment. Okay, they simply take action. They focus on the things that are important, because uh, successful sports betting, or it doesn't need to be successful. Sports betting, once you bet a little bit more money on games, and once you start taking these profits over the long period of time, right? And if sports betting is some source of your profit or reinvesting later, then you take it seriously, okay? And once you take it seriously, you will see that sports betting is stressful. It can be stressful because you put a lot of work, you analyze games, you do everything correct, and then the teams lose. You do all the good things, and you go for 19, or I don't know. I had, I don't know, 20 game. I lost 20 games in a row. Okay, but I did everything, let's say, perfectly. I did all I could do. I did the best, but there are things we don't have in control, right? And to stay in the game for the long run, you need to be very stable mentally, okay? And if you panic and if you make a drama about every single game, every single bet, if you go on YouTube and shorts and comment and I don't know, you cannot play this game, okay? It is not for everyone. And then someone else had another question. How do you understand a person's mental state? You see, I'm in sports betting for more than 25 years, and since 2015, when I bought my domain underdogchance.com, I started helping others or sharing my way of betting. And even before that, I was involved in sports betting community. So I know how sports bettors think. I know how gamblers think, and over all those years, I don't make big mistake when I see a person and I can tell from the first minute if this person will win in the long run or not. Okay, how I see this, because sports betting is specific market with all kinds of details. You need to pay attention to details. You need to be disciplined. Even I make mistakes because I'm getting older, and maybe I don't need to hustle anymore like I did when I was younger, and I also make mistakes. But if you want to win a sports betting, you need to be detail oriented. You need to have a good mindset. You need to be sharp minded. You should not drink alcohol. This is I was drinking alcohol, and then I stopped drinking alcohol, and my results went up. So all kind of things. So how I see the mental state of a person. You see, I will give you a couple of examples. Okay, when I receive an email from someone and the guy doesn't even know how to say hello, and he doesn't have clear questions, and what he wants, I know he's not in that category. Okay, uh, and I'm talking from my own experiences with my students and with people that I communicated in the last 15 years. Those are the people who joined my masterclass. Those are my students, and those are just people who are on my free email list or my followers on YouTube. And I see patterns all the time. Okay, the people who won at sports betting, who have even better results and make probably even more money than me in the last couple of years, those are the people who are calm. They know how to write. You know, they say, hello, I am this and this guy. I have this and this problem. How can we solve this problem? And kind regards, I don't know, John Smith or whatever. Okay. And then you have some guy and he say, hey, what's going on? He many people don't even know how to write an email. Okay, this is the first thing. Okay, the second thing, what questions they ask. Okay, some people have good questions. Okay, because if you come to me and if you ask me what is of value, then you're not motivated enough to win at sports betting, because this is the question you should already answer for yourself. Okay, the question I receive, they always need to be some specific. Okay, because you go through the videos, you go through the blogs, you did your own research, and then you are stuck at some point, and then you ask this question. Okay, why is this important? Because in sports betting you need to be proactive. Okay, if you are stuck, if you don't know after 5 years how to make a copy paste, then something is wrong, right? The next thing, integrity. Okay, and for example, I'm not big company, and I never plan to be a big company. I want to be independent. uh, 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 for example, on X, I like to follow Justin Welsh, Matt Gray, Denko. Those are people who inspire me. Not inspire, I don't have idols, but I learn from them how they run business as one person, how they run one person business. Okay, because I don't want to be dependent on bookmakers, on podcasts, on some other guys. you know Nothing wrong with this, but I like to be independent. Okay, I like to wake up when I want to. I want to. I can go whenever I want. I can stop doing this whenever I want. Okay, I want this freedom, and sports betting was my main motivation. Sports betting basically helped me to freedom, because my motivation was never really money but freedom, because I was not rich, and I always had to work a lot and so on, and I had aggressive bosses, and I simply wanted to have freedom. I wanted to have freedom. I didn't want that someone tell me when to wake up, when to go somewhere or something like that. Okay, and the freedom was my main motivation, and because of that I don't want to have some big partners or companies, and I like to do the things on my own way. Okay, and because of that, uh, I take it much more personally, every single member and everyone who is in my community. Okay, so everyone who is in my community, and I always respond to the emails, and people know, no matter what kind of question is, I always answer personally, I always answer honestly, and I always want to help people. Okay, so people, I don't use any marketing or nice, or I don't know, nice words or something like that. I always say the things as they are, and how I think they are, and how I feel they are, right? And but I always respond, and I always, whatever I say, I do. Okay, and because I cannot compete against big companies with all this marketing fluff. The only thing that I have against others is the integrity, for example, right? Or something that personal touch, maybe. Okay, and what I see from successful bettors, from people who are successful, what they say they do, they answer, they don't ignore. And some people, they ask me something and then they ignore, and then they come back after 1 year or something like that. Okay, those are people, and I always hated, not hated, but I never liked those people. Even when I was working as a bartender, and when someone said something or didn't come to job or was late or something, he didn't stand behind his choices, and he didn't take responsibility. And this is the most important thing. People that are successful, they take full responsibility. And this, I'm talking about the mental state, right? So I see from the start mental state. For example, last year I run Black Friday deal, and there was some wait list, and then I responded, this is a special deal. It will be reserved for only 15 people, and there were 15 people on that list. And I asked, okay, if you don't want to join, no problem, just tell me so I can give this spot to someone else. And some guys simply ignored that. Okay, they don't respect my work, they don't respect others people's work, there's something. And this is a mental state. So responsibility, how you write emails, how you act, how you say the things. You don't need to be the smartest guy on the planet. I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, but those are the things that motivation, responsibility, accountability, integrity. Those are the things that will help in sports betting. Okay, if you track your bets, not that you start betting on, I don't know, NHL, and then after 1 month the things are not good, and then you say, okay, I will not bet, and then you come back after 1 year, hey, I'm back. No, this is not how the things work. Okay, successful people in general, they do things every single day, no matter if it is hard, if it is easy, but they simply do. And this is a mental state. Another thing, attention and focus. Okay, people simply don't have the attention and focus. Okay, you need to know what you do with your focus. Okay, if you scroll whole day and if you watch YouTube shorts, I'm happy if you watch my YouTube shorts and comment and give likes and dislikes or whatever. This helps me to grow my small channel. But let's be honest. Okay, people who are on social media, who watch shorts and comment shorts, those are losers. Sorry, those are losers. Okay, if you're not Elon Musk, but he's not he's not normal person, right? But normal healthy person with high IQ, or normal IQ, or average person that can win at something, he needs to be very careful where he will put his focus. Okay, people are, I don't go around YouTube videos and shorts and TikToks and give likes and dislikes and comments. Okay, although I want that you like and dislike and comment, but who does this, right? People who are successful, they sit right now they sit in front of their computer, they're looking at statistics. If we talk about betting, right, they're looking at statistics, they're looking at players who will win, they're looking at the odds, and they try to find the value. They cannot afford to spend their time to argue about the picks or giving emojis or something like that. Okay, it is very simple. This is mental state. If you go on shorts and you have three emojis and hey, and I see from the start this is not some grown man who will win at some competitive market as sports betting. Okay, it is simply not possible. Okay, every success has its own rules. No matter if you do sports betting, if you do basketball, you cannot, I don't know, drink and eat sugar all the time, because you will be fat and you will not win, unless you're Luka Doncic maybe. But this is one guy. In everywhere is someone who is a little bit crazy and a little bit different. But if we talk on average, there are simply rules how to win different games. If you want to be a good student, you need to study. If you want to be good basketball player, you need to train. If you want to be good at sports betting, you need to be detail oriented. You need to be like a detective. You need to study. You need to use your brain. You need to save and be careful with your focus and attention, where you put your attention, um, because you can easily lose your attention, and then emotions come and your mental state and everything. And mental state is important to go through winning streaks to losing streaks, so you keep going. For example, in NHL right now it is a negative record, but I will keep going. Okay, because I believe in the process. Okay, I'm not making a drama about, I don't know, less picks, and I'm also not celebrating NFL or NBA or base, whatever. Okay, I know that in the long run, I always, when I took things seriously, I won. Okay, and I believe in myself, I bet on myself, I know exactly what I do. I don't drink alcohol, I try to improve, and so on. Okay, maybe I should put a little bit more effort into marketing, into my videos, to grow this channel or whatever, and maybe less to sports betting. But this is how it is. But I always try to improve. Okay, I try to be good father, I try to be good friend, good partner, and I try to exclude the things that are not important. And I had PlayStation 2 3 years ago, or 2 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I give it away. Although I like to play, I would love to play. I don't, but I know that if I start PlayStation, it will take me a lot of time and I cannot control. So I simply put it away. I also minimize all those social media on my mobile phone. I delete the apps, so I try to use it on desktop and only when I do business. So and then I spend this extra time with my friends, with my family, for analysis, for helping members, and so on. Okay, and this is a mental state. Okay, you cannot be the same person betting $1 American or parlays or $10 American and betting 10,000, let's say $10,000 or $1,000 American. You cannot be the same person, and you can see from the start who are in which mental state. Okay, from how they speak, what they watch, how they comment, how they say the things, what kind of questions they have, how emotional they are, and so on. Okay, and this is the patterns are always the same. Okay, I give you NHL pick, NBA pick, NFL pick. I talk about short term and long term results, and I believe I also answered, or not answered, but I gave my opinion about how do you know person's mental state. It is very simple. You see the person, what he's talking, what he's watching, how he says, how he even writes emails, what are his actions, does he takes responsibility, does he do something he said, is he detail oriented, does he blame others, or people. I think the world is separated in two parts, right? One part is people who are taking responsibility and not blaming others. They try to do everything they can, and then they leave the rest to the God. And then the second part is they always blame someone else. People think that everything must be free. People think that someone else will do the things for them. Government is guilty. President is guilty. Medicine is not good. COVID is guilty. Everything can, some, I don't know, some crazy world theories. And I believe that more successful or better choice is to take responsibility for what you can do, be your best, and leave the rest. Okay. I also see people who, and one thing I also don't like, when people start bashing others on social media. You never hear me to bash someone publicly. Maybe I can say there are people who claim, I don't know, 80% winners, which is completely crazy. And in the next sentence, I will say, if you believe this, you should pay for this, right? But I never publicly say the name who did this or something like that. I see on Twitter. The other day, I saw someone has a lot of following in sports betting. He's doing some picks or something like that, and then other guy who is much smarter, but he probably doesn't make any money. He doesn't have following, and he is bashing the other guy that he's selling scam or something like that. No, it is combination of many things. In sports betting, there is no room for moralizing. Okay, some people do picks, some people do podcasts, some people do odds screens, some people do affiliate marketing, some people do such shit like I do, but some people bet, some people do all bet and business or whatever. But the game in sports betting is that top five smartest, top 5% smartest people will take money from those who are not that smart. Simple as that. Okay, so when we bet, money flows into the market, and 5% of smartest people will take that money. So it is not, I don't know, charity game, right? So there's no room for moralizing. Some father lost his house, so you can make withdrawal, and then someone someone will tell, that guy is selling pigs. Well, this is his game, right? He's taking money from families. Like when you bet, you also take money from families, but this is the game, right? So no room for moralizing. And I never liked people who bash others, and I also never liked parody movies. I don't like parody movies. Okay, there were Top Gun was, I think the parody was shot Hot Shots, I think, right? And I don't like this because On one side you have, I also think that parody was on some other movies, right? Maybe Rambo or something like that. But uh, on one side you have one serious producer who make a movie, let's say Top Gun, and then some other loser who cannot do anything. He doesn't his own ideas, and the only idea is to make fun of some other product. Those are, for me, those are the lowest losers in the planet. Okay, people who bash others, who comment others negatively, those are the fucking losers of the world. Those are the biggest losers of the world. Many of them are very smart. I don't know, maybe they don't get enough sex, maybe they cannot get the girl, maybe they, I don't know, but maybe they cannot make money, and they know they think they're smart, and then they are angry on the world. And those are the biggest losers in the world for me. Okay, those are the only people. When I see a person with who is not that educated, but he's kind, he's willing to learn, he's motivated, I would give him everything. But when I see some smart guy who is hiding with his anonymous account on Reddit or on YouTube, and I see that he knows, he understands stats, he understands math, but he's I see that he's not successful. He's angry on the world because he cannot. Yeah, and those are the biggest losers. Even I was talking so long that even computer uh, went into uh, sleep mode. So okay, that's it from me today. A lot of words, but I believe that most of you won't watch it anyway until the end of the video, and I also don't get more than 100 views. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.